Ted Sarandos, Bob Chapek, Dan Phillips, Casey Bloys, Richard Plepper, Neil Mohan, Susan Wojcicki, Andy Jassy, Rob Iger, and Reed Hastings.
Welcome to Joshua Views, Brad, and I am proud to be making a video for all of you to see. There's old Brad, there's new Brad, there's even some Brode. Let's find out what happened on 9/11. Welcome to Joshua Views, Brad, where I am proud to be making this video. Let's get right to the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary people and Canadians, welcome back for a very special episode of Joshua Views, Brad. To celebrate the holiday, I've decided that I'm going to teach you guys something very valuable, all right? We all know what longitude and latitude is, correct? Oh, what's that, you don't? Well, lucky for you, we're gonna find out today. Now, granted, it has been quite a minute since I've brushed up on my longitude and latitude trivia, but we all know the basics, right? It's like the equator. It's like the y-axis and the x-axis. It's just something that we're going to have to live with forever, and you better understand it, because if you don't, one day you'll be at trivia and your entire team will hate you because the question was, what's the difference between longitude and latitude? And you said, I don't know. And now you're not allowed to go to the ye old watering hole every Thursday night for trivia anymore. But lucky for you, I'm here to teach you about some very useful life skills. People always say, oh, you should learn how to drive a manual. Oh, you should learn how to cook. Oh, you should learn how to distill water. You know what I say? No. Learn longitude and latitude first, because then you'll have everything figured out. Once you know longitude and latitude, there's no question that you won't be able to answer, okay? Like someone might come up to you and say, hey, how do you make purple? And if you didn't know what longitude and latitude was, you'd say, I don't know. You put the green and the orange? No, dummy. You put the purple with the red and you take out the blue, okay? Anyway, let's learn about longitude and latitude. People often debate what the best source is, but I think it's Wikipedia because it's easy to navigate around, and I frankly don't care if someone's making something up. So, from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, the history of longitude and this is a geographic coordinate system, but that's not really important. We just need to get to the basics: longitude and latitude, okay? Now this is great. What is latitude? While lines of latitude run across a map, east-west, the latitude indicates the north-south position point on Earth. Lines of latitude start at 0 degrees and the equator and end at 90 degrees on the north and south poles. Okay, so this makes sense, right? You got the North Pole and you got the South Pole, and that's important. Therefore, the higher the value degree of latitude, the closer it is to the North and South Pole. Okay, I didn't know that the North Pole was a real place. So, I was right, all right? The equator. Very important that you remember this. It's the line separating half of the Earth, I guess. It's the middle, all right? So look, if I was Earth, the equator would probably be right around here, okay? Or maybe, well, it would be somewhere. And then longitude would be my head, and latitude would be my toes. That's basically what it is, okay? Or maybe it's like longitude, latitude. We don't know yet. We'll find out, okay? Okay, according to this handy little drawing that they did, it says latitude is the positive coordinates and longitude is the negative coordinates. Okay? And the prime meridian is basically just a long thing going down. Pretend. So the prime meridian, it's like a stripper's pole separating the earth. It's right in the middle, and on either side, there's different things. Okay? Oh, what the fuck? I'm not subscribing to Geography Realm. I don't give a fuck. Sorry. I've been told that I need to work on myself, and I'm trying not to get angry, which is why I'm doing an educational video this time. It is agreed that the line drawn from the most northwestern point of the Lake of the Woods along the 49th parallel of north latitude, or if the said point shall not be in the 49th parallel of the north latitude, then a line shall be drawn from said point due to north and south. Okay, am I having a stroke, or are they making this incredibly complicated? And what is the fucking Britain Treaty of 1818? Who gives a shit? So Texas, Oregon, California, Philadelphia, with the regions according to, okay, so, okay. The equator crosses 78.7% water and 21.3% land and is about 25,000 miles long, all right? Now we're getting interesting here because, look, the equator, actually, it goes all the way along. It doesn't even touch North America. It touches South America, Africa, and does not touch Australia, okay? Now let's find out what the original definition of meter and the equator is. Here's an interesting fact. The original definition of the length of a meter in 1793 was 1/10 million, that's so fucking stupid, of the distance between the equator and the North Pole along a great circle. The current definition of a meter is the distance traveled by light. One fucking thing of a second in a vacuum. Okay. And there's this other thing called the Tropic of Cancer. Don't know what that means. Where is the Tropic of Cancer? It's moving every year. The Tropic of Capricorn, whoa, I know some people who are Capricorns, is the parallel line of latitude that is currently located at 23 degrees, 20, that's a coordinate, not degrees, whatever, I don't care. The winter solstice, which occurs on either December 21st or 22nd of each year, marks the day which the sun shines vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. Wow, that's so cool. You know what? I don't care about this anymore. I think we found out what longitude and latitude is, okay? Longitude, there. Latitude, here. Okay? Did you get that? Longitude and latitude is just the geographic coordinate system in a spherical or geodetic coordination system for measuring and communicating positions directly on the Earth is latitude and longitude. It's the simple, oldest, and most widely used of the various spatial reference systems that are in the use and forms the basis for most others. And basically, what longitude and latitude is it's a grid system that helps us identify absolute or exact locations on the Earth's surface. You want to know where Australia is? You better know about longitude and latitude, although why would you want to know where Australia is? No one really cares. So wasn't this fun? Well, don't worry, because I'm not done yet. There's something else that I've always really wanted to be familiar with, and that is what happens if you look into a solar eclipse. Exposing your eyes to the sun without proper eye protection during a solar eclipse can cause eclipse blindness or retinal burns, also known as solar retinopathy. The exposure to the light can cause damage or even destroy cells in the retina. This is so fucking boring. Who cares? Well, at least we got longitude and latitude going. That's great. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'll be right back.
Hey, 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 hey. Macho, macho, macho man, yeah. I got to be a macho. I got to be a macho, macho man, yeah. I've got to be a macho. All right, macho, macho man, yeah, yeah. I've got to be a macho man, macho, macho man. I've got to be a macho.
I'm back. Did you miss me? Hope so. I'm starting a new segment here on Josh Reviews Brad called News with Josh Reviews Brad. And this particular story really caught my attention because it has two things I'm very interested in: people in distress and wild animals. So apparently in Texas, about a month ago, a woman was gardening and a snake fell out of the sky, wrapped itself around her body, tried to kill her, and then a hawk went down and tried to kill the snake, basically pulling the snake off of her, but pulling her as well. Which, when I first heard it, I said I call bullshit. But the more I read about it, the more interesting it got. So we're going to talk about this. Can you imagine? Who do you think would win in a fight, a shark or a lion? I think a lion.
It was like I couldn't believe what was happening.
Peggy Jones of Silsbee was mowing the back 6 acres of her home on Tuesday, August 1st, when a snake fell down onto her from above.
He was starting to dart at my face and come into my face, and he was striking my glasses. And he just kept on and I just couldn't get rid of the snake. And it was like, I think I went into survival mode.
Jones says a hawk then came down and pulled the snake from her arm, but not before leaving severe cuts and puncture wounds.
The hawk came down 4 times to get the snake off of my arm. When I looked down, I had blood all over my clothes. I had blood all over my arm. My arm was torn to shreds, and I had severe bruising.
Jones's husband took her to Altus Emergency Room in Lumberton, where they learned she hadn't been bitten by the snake, but it had done damage to her glasses. Jones describes the entire ordeal as traumatizing.
The only thing that I could think of, my husband was at the front of the property and I was screaming and I knew he couldn't hear me. And the only thing I could think of was just to call on Jesus' name to come and help me.
Her arm is now healing, but she says the emotional scars will need to heal too.
You try to sleep at night, you can't sleep. And you're afraid to shut your eyes because you know if you shut your eyes and you go to sleep, then you're going to have a nightmare and you're going to relive this situation.
But she is amazed at the outpouring of support and says her view of life has changed.
I'm happy I'm alive. I'm happy I'm here. My family didn't ever mean less to me. They just mean more to me now.
Okay. I was just thinking when I was watching this, but you know how you can get a quarter pounder at McDonald's? They also have this thing called a double quarter pounder, and I think it's kind of stupid that they don't call it a half pounder. Maybe they do that because they know people would be less inclined to eat it. But also, it's America. People would not give a shit. I think they should call it the half pounder. Because when I order it, I feel stupid saying a double quarter pounder. It's like I don't know how fractions work. I want a half pound of beef, okay? I don't want to say a double quarter pounder. That's redundant. I think I should get a hold of someone and have them change that because it's just stupid. It's been making me angry all week. Well, that's great. Snake falls out of the sky, hits a lady, bird tries to kill it, she gets all scarred up. If you would have told me that 20 years ago, or 21, or 2, or maybe even 3, that someone would get attacked by a snake that fell out of the sky, and then a hawk would eat her, fucking whatever, I'd say, no way. You know what's more believable than that? Hijacked jetliners flying into buildings. And guess what? I was right. because for some reason that happened 22 years before a snake fell out of the sky on a Christian woman's head, and then a bird attacked her and it. Well, she lived, so. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed this educational video today. And I'm going to leave you with something very special. This is the song of the day. I hope you all enjoy it. It's very good. Everyone, have a great day.
Simpler than this, cause after all the partying and smashing and crashing, and all the glitz and the glam and the fashion, and all the pandemonium and all the madness, there comes a time where you fade to the blackness, and when you're staring at that phone in your lap, and you hoping but them people never call you back. But that's just how the story unfolds. You get another hand soon after you fold, and when your plans unravel in the sand, what would you wish for if you had one chance? So airplane, sorry I'm late. Before I got paid, before it ever mattered what I had in my bank. Yeah, back when I was trying to get it to that subway, and back when I was rapping for the hell of it. But nowadays we rapping to stay relevant. I'm guessing that if we can make some wishes out of airplanes, then maybe, yo, maybe I'll go back to the days before the politics that we call the rap game. And back when ain't nobody listened to my mixtape. And back before I tried to cover up my slang. But this is all that data was our private rate. So can I get a wish to end the politics and get back to the music that started this? So here I stand, and then again I say, I'm hoping we can make some wishes out of airplanes. Can we pretend that